Alright guys, welcome back to Wuchang on the Steam Deck. Now, I'm going to just continue from where I left off on the PC testing video. If you haven't seen that already, I did do a test on this on RTX 5090. We're going to do a Steam Deck video now. I'm going to go back through the area that we've already done because I don't want to progress too much. I just want to showcase the starting area of the game to see what you can expect, because it's got a wide variety. I have looked ahead in terms of like actual other areas in the game later on people's videos, and there's nothing that drastic from what we're doing here at the beginning. So I want to see how this actually runs on the Steam Deck, and can we get this to a playable resolution. Now, this game is not actually Steam Deck supported or Steam Deck verified or anything like that, so do bear that in mind. Sorry, there's a loud vehicle going past. So as you can see here, not Steam Deck verified at all. In the game info, it just says the usual thing where the compatibility is unknown. So now we are currently, obviously, now I always say this with the Steam Deck videos, if you're watching this on a big monitor or anything like that, obviously it's going to look a lot worse. This is 800p, hence the letterboxing. But let's muck around. Let's dive into some settings and see what we can actually do here, because I feel like we can maybe get this to something playable. I'm going to go to 1280 by 720 so we can, or actually no, that's not what I want, is it? It is, but it's just not doing the letterboxing. It's kind of leaving it strange. So let me go ahead and fix that. Okay, so we're loaded back in, and we now should be at 720p resolution. And yes, we are. We've got it obviously on unlimited just so we can see the performance. Depth of field, let's crank that down to low. Let's just go all on the lowest possible settings. We've got FSR on, frame gen's actually on. Let's turn that off. Let's bring this down to something like 50%, which would be performance FSR. I know it's going to look rough, but in the end of the day, it's kind of sometimes what you got to do. Can we even hit 30 frames? Well, yes, but also kind of no, because it's not very reliable at all. So, God, you know what? I realize how much I hate playing these Souls-like games without like back paddles on the controller. I know the Steam Deck has them, but I'm using a standard controller that's just plugged into my Steam Deck, and it doesn't have the back paddles. And it's really hard to run and pan the camera around. You've got to actually not use the right analog stick and to run. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent, but we are dropping obviously massive frames, so it's very you know, bad performance at this such of a low setting. Is there any way we can make this actually run somewhat stably without, I mean, let's just crank this all the way down to the lowest and just see what happens. Like, I know you can probably do something like you know, go into lossless scaling and probably do something, but even that I think is going to be a push, to be honest, to actually to run this game. Where was the way out of this area? I don't remember. Like, I know we came like down this way or something. Maybe we fell. There's no like jump button, so I can't actually jump back up. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We'll just continue on forward. But we are now seeing better performance in this area. Now, when I do go outside, we're probably going to see this drop. So let's try that. Yeah, so we're dropping frames now down to the 20s. I just don't think this is going to be feasible. Like, going into combat in this kind of frame rate is going to be pretty rough. We got one of them. I haven't... Oh, come on. Something odd about this game that I found when playing on PC as well. I feel like you attack and then you feel like you should have a little bit more of a lunge. But as much as this is like horrible to play in terms of performance, like with 20 FPS, like looking at glancing over to my actual Steam Deck OLED and how it looks, it's nowhere near as bad. Like, that's why I always say in these videos, don't, you know, if you're watching this on your phone, then fine, but if you're watching this on something like a, you know, a big monitor or TV, of course this is going to look rough. It's not, you know, the point of the Steam Deck is not to dock it like this in the first place. But anyway, let's see what else we can do. So what happens if we, I don't know, let's go to like full native resolution and just see how much performance is lost. How much worse does it actually get? Okay, let's go to 100%. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, so FSR really is doing heavy lifting here. We're only getting 15 to 20 frames per second without using some form of FSR. So that 100% needs to be enabled. Does this game have Intel XeSS or anything like that? It's got TSR. We can try that. So we can try TSR. We've obviously tried FSR. Let's try some TSR. Let's drop that down to like even 40% or something like that and just see where we're at. Okay, that's a little bit actually a little bit better. We're like 20s in this sort of like foresty area here. Now, obviously, when we go inside, that's going to increase. Oh, no. We've got a big boy. Let's heal up here. Oh, I don't have any heals, of course, because it's literally carrying on. Oh, no. Please say he does damage to his own. I think this might be over for us, guys, but it's okay. We can test the loading speeds. My excuse for dying, if we die. And we didn't die. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, like I mean, I managed to kill those enemies, right? Like on a handheld, this is not terrible. Obviously, it just shows if you do have something like a ROG Ally or the new MSI A8 Claw, right? You're going to be running this with that Z2 Extreme or Z1 Extreme on the ROG Ally, you know, current one. You're going to be running this pretty well, I would say. You know, oh my god. Okay, we're doing it. Like, that's the thing. Like, as much as like this is rough, it's working. So, oh, this is 100% a place for me to use my magic spell, right? If I can remember what button it is. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, damn, we're gonna die. Okay, so this is the performance you can expect. Like, I don't know what else to toggle. We kind of have to play on the lowest stuff if you want any sort of FPS. Excuse me, I'm trying to talk. I'm just gonna keep running. Is he still following me? I don't have any heals. Leave me alone. He actually is as well. And there's a big boy. 1, 2. Okay. You know what, guys? Somehow we are actually alive. Like, I don't know how I'm doing this. But it's being done, and we destroyed them. There we go. See, it just proves you can actually play this game on a handheld. Like, that to me is all I need to see. Like, although the FPS is low, it's looking pretty rough. It's, you know, it's working. It is actually working. We can V-sync it. It's not going to obviously make a difference, but it actually kind of feels a little bit nicer in a way. I don't know. That's kind of strange. But, there's nothing else we could really do. There's literally no setting that goes, like, to off, is there? No. No, there's not at all. No, okay, fair enough. Apart from ambient occlusion, that goes off. So, yeah, that's kind of what we can do there, as low as we can go on this device. As I said before, we can obviously go all the way down to 25% TSR, and that gives us above 30 frames, which is actually kind of nice, I must admit. And it doesn't look that much worse than it did before, which is kind of crazy. Like, this actually is looking okay, and we've got 30 frames per second, like, stably now. It kind of is playable. Watch me die to these barrels or something, like, by when they explode. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to, like, do a spell. I ran out of mana. Oh, and that's how we die. Okay, never mind. We can see what the loading speed is when we're trying to, like, load back into the area. So let's see on that. But actually, I'm quite impressed that the Steam Deck is able to run this at all. And as I said, when you're actually looking at this on the Steam Deck display itself and not a big monitor or anything, this doesn't look anywhere near as bad as if you're looking on a really, really large display. Like, this is fully okay. Even in this area where we're looking over here, we are now actually getting closer to that 30 frames per second, which is actually quite nice. Like, I'm impressed. Steam Deck is doing it, guys. It's doing it. Now, obviously, we are at 720p. I doubt there's going to be much of a performance hit for going to something like, you know, 800p. It's not going to make a difference. So we don't really need to, you know, even discuss that, to be honest. This just looks good for a handheld. I'm quite impressed with a new game like this. It actually is playable. With some further optimization, I strongly believe they could get this to run quite a bit better, I've got to say. Like, it's definitely doable. Okay, that's why we couldn't go back up, because we literally couldn't go back up from where we were. Right, we can get this guy. This is really annoying because that's like literally one of the enemies I just died to. And we got the stagger on him and he's destroyed. See, this is very doable, and as I said before, I know this is playable because I'm playing the game and I'm actually having a good time, and I could play it like this on the handheld, you know, especially, and actually carry on from. That's annoying. Thank you for that, my friend. I don't think there's much more for me to say. I think it's kind of like, okay, so please leave a like, please subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about the performance and what you were seeing on screen. Again, watch it on a phone rather than your big monitor or anything like that, so you can see what you'd be getting on a similar size display to the Steam Deck, because it does look a lot better. But I think we'll stop there. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in future videos. Bye bye for now, guys.